Energy US niggas, Ethiopian kings, we bring things. Ooh. Energy US niggas, Ethiopian kings, we bring things. Them some lyrics I wrote back in 1994, maybe 1992. Yeah. Hey, yo. Get the Anchor app, y'all, so y'all can listen to your boy. For real. Y'all can get the raw, uncut news. Yeah. Get the Anchor app. Peace, 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 love, and blessings. This is episode 7, part 7 of the secret relationship between the white man and the black woman against the black man, emanating from the Yasha Ben Israel show to Terry Whitfield show. And this is I on the microphone, yeah. Episode number 7. This one here is going to be pretty much a little freestyle. Okay? I'm just going to go off of the top of the dome with this one. In the secret relationship between the white man and the black woman against the African American man, reflecting the curse of the Israelites recorded in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, focusing on verse 15 through 28. Just do a little freestyling here. I kind of got a little topic in mind, but it's not written down, so I'm going to freestyle it. This topic here, I want to talk about welfare, child support. Going back to the first episode and the second episode, part 1 and 2, I talked about how slavery and oppression has never, ever, and blackness has never been as hard for the black woman as it was for the black man. Never. The white man made it his duty to castrate the black man, to emasculate the black man, to dethrone him from his power source, and take his power. Yes, he did. That was his job and that was his objective. And to build a whole society, laws and the government off of the backs of this supremacy. And this supremacy was bent on folding the black man. Yes, welfare, child support. Again, I talk about, as I reiterate, I talk about in episodes 1 and 2, how the black woman, as well as subservient, emasculated beta males, how they were granted freedom, which is called manumissions, for keeping the Negro man in check. Okay? And I talked about how the Coonish, Uncle Tomish, really the Sambo-ish, actually, black man, would tell on you. What gave him the incentive to tell on you? You know, today at work, your boss, a black man to tell on you now for a pat on the back and brownie points, sweet nothings. You know what I'm saying? That really ain't gonna never even amount out to nothing but a whole bunch of disrespect on his half and usury on his behalf. You know, bending over assholes and elbows for that man. You understand? But one of the manumissions that was given to the black woman was that she produced a whole bunch of children. And the scriptures talk about in the book of Deuteronomy how we would have children as Israelites, but we would not be able to enjoy them, for they will be taken and given to another people. And how we would, beget sons and daughters, and how they would be taken and sold off into captivity. This is recorded in the curses of Deuteronomy 28, verses 15 through 68. So the black man never, and the black woman never really truly got a chance to enjoy their children. For their children was always owned by the white man. And today they're owned by that same system that was set up by that same white man. Today your children and yourself are actually wards of the state. You're owned by the states. You don't own your wife. You don't own your house. You don't own your car. You don't own your children. They're not yours. They're not your property. They do not belong to you. This is the reason why you pay taxes on it, and the reason why the government would take your children from you. Continuing the prophecy that you will beget sons and daughters, and they will be taken from you and given to another people. This stuff is heavy. So it got to the point that what I'm explaining had taken place during slavery, for the most part. This is how it started. That you would give, a woman would have all of these babies, and her goal was to produce and constantly produce so she can get herself up out of slavery. That is the deal that she made with the devil. You understand? She's the contract. You know what I'm saying? That she made with Shaitan, the adversary of the black man. She made a pact with him. Just like Eve did Satan, always listening and agreeing and listening to and walking and talking with Shaitan, the snake. The enemy of the black man, the enemy of mankind, period. In tune with the dark side. For real. So she made this pact, okay? And throughout time, slavery, by way of Abraham Lincoln and the Emancipation Proclamation, the North was becoming advanced, and just right after the Enlightenment period, these people have started to learn how to build trains and cars, automobiles, you know what I'm saying? They technology, machinery, up in the North, in the old slavery system, it was starting to become a conflict there was a paradigm shift, and in the paradigm shift, the old paradigm just didn't want to go. So this produced slavery. It had nothing to do with humanities. Anything that has something to do with black people never have anything to do with humanities. You understand? Or inhumanities. You dig? Never. It always has something to do with the political agenda, which usually has something to do with economics. And the economical structure that propels white supremacy to exist and to continue to exist. Okay, so we can see those manumissions was that first deal, okay? And after the Emancipation Proclamation, black people couldn't hardly find jobs. And you can listen to Maya Angelou in the last episode as she was talking about that, where black people mostly worked as sharecroppers in agriculture, growing stuff, still growing stuff for whitey. You know, I mean, now that you're free, what do you do? They found ways to always keep you in debt. You know, or maybe you could work for a place to stay and something to eat. You know what I'm saying? With the old cabin that used to be the slave house, you could still stay there, and I'll throw you some scraps. You know, you just got to keep working. And somehow they found ways to put the black man in debt, even with that, to where he couldn't even win with that. So the conditions was real, real rough. You know, after the slavery, you know, was ended. And once the slavery had ended, the government had been, you know, and especially after the 1930s, you know, after 1928, you know, right around the early 1930s, when the Social Security system began to set in, people had began to apply for government assistance, welfare, okay? And when black women had began to apply for welfare, again, making a deal with the devil, the white power structures, welfare, wanted the black man out of the house. He had to be out of the house. And you could see in the movie, you read the movie about Malcolm X, and I would hear my grandmother, which was around Malcolm X's age, she would talk about how when she was a kid, the white man in the welfare would come to the house and they would be looking up under the dresser, in the closet, in the basement, in the attic, looking in the drawers, looking in the refrigerator. They looking for any evidence of the existence of a black man living in your house. And if you had any of that, then you would be cut off of this assistance. So they were real hard and real adamant about promoting the idea of thrust the man out of the house. Now, I'm reminded of a scripture in the New Testament somewhere where Jesus Christ talked about, if you want to conquer a house, if you want to break into the house, you must first bind the strong man. If you want to break up the family, the house, the family structure, all you got to do is first bind the strong man. And what he has done was created a system. And in this system, he gave black women help, money, and support, and medical assistance, all types of grants, and all types of help. And she got rid of the man, and she put the man out of the family. She put the man out of the house. And keep in mind that we're talking about the secret relationship between the white man and the black woman against the black man here. Okay? And then years later, the Friends of the Court was established and child support was established. And usually a guy and a girl, when they together, going together, everything is peaches and cream, okay? And then a child is born and everything is okay. It's still, you know, everything is level, you know? And then something happens, maybe they grow apart, something happens that causes them to break up. And once they break up, the first thing that the woman does is go file for welfare. Single parent mom on welfare. And when you apply for welfare today, the American government forces you to put that child on child support in order for you to get medical assistance, food stamps, and any cash assistance from the government. Now we're talking about welfare. We're talking about child support here. You see? We're talking about the government. You know, I told you, you don't own your kids. The government own your kids. And they'll take your kids from you. It's a modern day fulfillment of the scriptures that talk about how you will have sons and daughters and you won't be able to enjoy them. You won't be able to enjoy them because just when she broke up that structure to where you can't control your woman, okay, she don't respect you. See, when she brought that into the game, and now, really and truthfully, once you gone, she can't, that curse is going to haunt her, because the scriptures say the sins of your forefathers will haunt you down to the 4th and 5th generations. Now that child is born without a father. A man will take a wife, take a woman, and another man will lie with her. A man will build a family, build a house, will not be able to live in it. He will build a grape yard and grapevines, and he will not be able to eat from that. For somebody else is in my house, somebody driving my car, somebody eating my food, somebody laying in my bed, somebody in my tub, somebody got my girl, somebody beating her up. And it causes dysfunctional families. Because with this deal thrusts the man out of the house. And it is a continual perpetuation of the curse of Deuteronomy 28:30. And if she failed to abide by that curse, she can get her children taken from her. By that cursed contract, that deal with Satan, that deal with that white man. There's been about, for 200 years or better, a strong, secret, hidden relationship between the white man and the black woman against the black man. I've always told the black man that your two strongest enemies are the white man and his white supremacist power structure, and the black woman and her feminist gynocracy. This is Yasha Ben Israel signing out for episode 7 of the Yasha Ben Israel Tadario Terry Whitfield show. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Stay tuned for episode 8.